Hello, hello. Welcome back to Talking Tunes. And today, for the first time in a while, we're going to be talking about an actual album. The album in question holds 11 tunes, but it's also a little bit more recent than I normally do on this channel. Today, we're going to be talking about "Feed the Machine" by Nickelback from 2017. I have heard this album many, many times, but up until today, I hadn't heard it at the very least in full in a good couple of years. And I will say, this is a good album, but even by Nickelback standards, it's not a great album in full. There's some great songs on here. There's also some not so great songs on here, and of course we're judging this all by Nickelback standards, so standards drop a little bit. I don't actually hate Nickelback. I'm just poking a little bit of fun. Like when I listen to Nickelback, I don't expect to get the same amount of introspection in terms of like lyrics or the same depth of instrumentation that I'd get out of Pink Floyd or Yes or Genesis, right? Like when you listen to Nickelback, you just kind of want some Nickelback, all right? What can I say? You know what I mean. When you're in the mood for Nickelback, you're in the mood for Nickelback. The album starts off with the title track, "Feed the Machine," which has a very good intro. It's a very good song. Like, even outside of Nickelback standards, it's just a genuinely good song. It's also the longest on the album at 2 seconds over 5 minutes. It's got a high energy, crunchy guitar riff, political lyrics that work from both sides. It's, talking about, a leader that just throws you into a machine, or, discourse is just feeding a machine. It's basically like, hey, politics are fucking annoying. that's the moral of the song. It's a good tune, and there's a characteristically short guitar solo. No, like, you're never gonna hear a Nickelback solo go for more than like 20 seconds, which is sad because sometimes I hear these and I'm like, this needs to be longer because this is way cooler. Of course, every guitar solo needs to be longer, but that's that's a no shit moment. Coin for the Ferryman. It's a song about speeding whilst high off your ass. It's a very Nickelback topic for a song. It wouldn't be difficult to turn into a sea shanty, weirdly. It's a great headbanger, very typical Nickelback flair, and a great driving song. And in my case, a great mowing song as well. I listen to this all the time while I'm mowing the lawn, which I'm going to have to do probably in the next couple of weeks here, and I'm very excited. I know, I'm weird. Song number 4, Must Be Nice. This is the best song on the album. Like, this is genuinely one of Nickelback's best songs. It kind of uses lyrics from fairy tales. It's talking to people who kind of like live in this fairy tale world where everything's, nice and happy. Talking about people who've never had to deal with, any kind of trauma or problems. Basically, it's bitching and moaning about people who are mentally healthy. Now, I'm not mentally healthy, so, I relate to this song on a deep level. It's just like, God damn you with your fucking happiness. Fuck you. But it's the best song on the album. It's got a great bass line, great lyrics. It's what this band at their best is. It really is. Just, a good amount of jamming. I think there's a fair bit of humor in here as well. A fucking the solo needs to be a lot longer. The solo is like 15 seconds. That needs to be at least a 30-second solo. Oh, also on oh shit, I missed song number 3. Oops, sorry about that. Song number 3 is called Song on Fire. It's one of those Nickelback songs clearly designed for pop radio. It's clearly a love song, nothing to write home about, even by Nickelback standards. Um, and and then there's like something in the background of it that kind of sounds like a mellotron. It's definitely not, but maybe it's like a mellotron setting on a synth. I don't know. Or it's probably just like a guitar with like a very, very specific, very 2010s effect on it. Yeah, for coming out in 2017, this sounds for the most part it just kind of sounds like Nickelback. It doesn't have moments like on their on their album previous to this, No Fixed Address, where it's like clearly trying to lean into that poppier sound of the 2010s, which was a god awful time. Just like recession pop was shit. Don't tell me it wasn't. But that's yeah. So yeah, we already talked about Must Be Nice. So song number 5, After the Rain. It's another poppy one. So it's gone, two hard Nickelback songs, and then a poppy one, and then a more Nickelback one, and then another poppy one. It's a like trying to it's kind of trying to it's called After the Rain. It's kind of trying to convey a message a little bit too deep for this band. It's like one of those where it's just like everybody kind of everybody wants to find a solution to societal problems, but nobody wants to actually take the action, which is true. But I don't think Nickelback is the right band to go about conveying this. It's trying to convey a message deeper than Nickelback are capable of. At the very least, at the moment, or at the very least on this song, maybe they are capable of it and just couldn't find a way to do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this song written by Nickelback, but I don't know. It's all right. I don't hate it. It's kind of nice, but it's nothing to write home about, even by Nickelback standards. For the River, Nickelback as generated by AI, but in a good way. It kind of sounds like if you and a couple of buddies got together and, as a joke, decided to write a Nickelback song. That's exactly what it sounds like. It's not a bad song. It's not a great song. It's perfectly fine if you want some Nickelback. That's kind of the thesis of this album. It's perfectly fine if you want some Nickelback. But song number 7, Home. We've got another poppy one. But it's in a good way. It's kind of about a guy who fucked up and knows it and kind of wants to fix his life. At the same time, it kind of feels like they put the closer in the middle of their album as opposed to like last or second from last, which I think this song would fit in. There is an order that I've listened to this album in. I'm not like it. It would be difficult to explain. Maybe I'll talk about it in a video talking about how I listened to albums for first time or paid attention to albums for the first time. But it's you know what, I'll put it in the pinned comment. The different order that I listened to this album in, where Home came in as the final song, as the closer, as opposed to the 7th song, and I think that's where the song belongs. Frankly, but yeah. The Betrayal Act 3, it's got an acoustic intro which quickly turns into metal. It's another political song, and it definitely has the best solo on the album. It's definitely the hardest song they've ever written. It straight up sounds like Metallica for a minute or so. It's really good. It's a good song. I just don't know what the fuck the lyrics are about, apart from the fact that they're vaguely political. Song number 9, Silent Majority. It's another political one. This one is about how the silent political middle needs to, start being louder than the far sides of the aisle, which I am perfectly happy with. I will admit that I lean more to the right than I do to the left. I don't necessarily think I'm like hardcore conservative, but for the moment, I think I'm gonna say that I'm a hardcore conservative, just because, like, that's, again, I don't talk about politics on this channel unless it's, talking about, the politics of the album, because this channel's not for politics. Anyway, I'm just gonna say, I will say I am a registered Republican. I lean to the right. I did vote for Trump. So in case, like, if you can't, in good faith, watch a channel with run by somebody like that, this is your cue to fuck off. So, yeah. But yeah, it's a good song. Silent Majority is a good song. Every Time We're Together is basically just Photograph, but less memeable and less good. Yeah, I like the song Photograph. This is very, like, this feels like if you explained what Photograph was to somebody who had never heard it, and then they went and wrote their own version of it and go, did I get close? You know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. But yeah, it's alright. It's just, eh. It definitely wouldn't make it onto a best of Nickelback compilation. And then the final song, The Betrayal Act 2, it's I believe Nickelback's first instrumental. And you're not gonna believe what I say here. This is straight up an acoustic guitar-driven prog rock instrumental complete with flutes. I am not joking. That's what it sounds like. Like, that's just what it is. Realizing that Nickelback wrote a progressive rock instrumental was not on my 2025 bingo card, but here we are. So, yeah. Alright. But, yeah, that's the end of the album. It's okay. There's definitely some songs more worthy of listening to than others, but it's definitely more bad than good. So yeah, it's gonna land on the give it a listen side for me. It's definitely not if you like Nickelback, you'll like this, but it's definitely not like this is an album that you need to own in order to fully appreciate. Dark Side is one of those albums. This is not one of those albums. This is not, a prog rock caliber album. So I'd like to thank you all. That's gonna do us for today. If you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment. If you want to continue along this musical journey with me, please feel free to subscribe. If you want to hear me talk about something other than music, I have a podcast with two of my buddies. It's called Dorkies. I will link the most recent episode of that in the description down below. And we're definitely going to be making one. It should be up. It'll be up next week if you're watching this when this album comes out. It's probably already up if you're watching it years in the future. But yeah, no, there's definitely content coming for that. If you want to hear what I happen to be listening to that day, you can follow me on Instagram. I will also leave a link to that in the description down below. And with that, I would like to thank you all very much for watching and remind you to stay weird and keep jamming. See you in the next one.